learning experience with them drugs. Because I was stubborn. I was in heavy denial. I ain't asked for no help. Really, my mother raised us. My father was, you know, he lived his life. But I guess, you know, I kind of miss my father a lot. It ain't on him. It was just me. It was just me, my little self-esteem. I've always been loved by my family. I don't know, really, I'm learning that now. I went through the court system. You know, I had to get them to manage my life. It wasn't until I went to the rehab that helped me straighten up. You'd be surprised how the audience will come to you, you know, with some of their problems. Family problems, personal problems, and I can't say that I help them all because I'm not, you know, the whoever, you know. I just ask them how many of their best friends are, you know, 6 feet under or locked up or something, you know, it's something that they don't want to be in. Because just this year, I done been to several funerals.
All those on our prayer list, Brother Parker's son who was killed in front of the skating rink last week. It's my fault. When I was down in the highlights, don't you know?
News stations were saying the lead singer, check that out, the lead singer for Rares was gunned down. We had to explain to the news stations is that he wasn't a member of the band, he was just a paying patron just like everybody else. And what happens is some nights we'll let guys get up on stage that want to do it, even girls. If you want to get up and rap for a minute, you know, go for it. Well, Rodney got up one night and turned the house out. I mean, that's what happened. He just turned the place out. You know, plus he had a lot of guys that hang with him anyway that knew who he was, and they kind of helped out. But nobody else in the club knew who he was, and he just rocked the whole place. And it went on for a couple of weeks. And then after a while, it just got to the point where people were asking for him. You know, like, what you gonna do, Fat Rodney? Like, yeah, imagine 1,500 people screaming that.
He had something that everybody liked.
And after a while, he's like, yo, put his drink down and going on stage and just turn the place out.
He always wanted to help me. I could never find, you know, nothing to help him, you know.
It's one of those things where you hear something and you're praying. It's like, God, don't let this be true. And we got the words like, God, it's like losing a member of your family. I mean, it hurt. It really hurt.
It's hard to talk about a good person.
Well, what's the most wild thing that's ever happened at a show that you guys were playing at?
Well, the craziest thing I've ever seen is someone take off all their clothes and strip butt naked at the go-go and walk through the crowd or go up on the stage and talk on the microphone. It's a free country.
I guess a couple guys got shot outside. That's pretty wild, if you want to call it wild.
So they can dust you up. Come on down here, Nick. Come on down here, Nick. We got something going on down here.
If you didn't have one go-go show in D.C. all year, you would still have this drug problem, you would still have deaths, and you would still have all of the violence related to the drug problem.
We're gonna play this game. If these names sound familiar, I just want to hear you say yes. Masonic Temple. The Panorama Room. The Squad Room. The Paragon. DC Coliseum. And guess what? They all closed. You know that? They all closed. And it's a serious situation because if we don't begin to get it together, if we don't begin functioning like we want to party and have a good time, there gonna be some more names to this list next year.
What's happened over the last couple of years is just things have really gotten out of hand. And some people are afraid to come out, which you really can't blame them, not knowing if they're going to get shot or stabbed or anything like that. For the most part, it's cool, but you never know when, and that's like in the back of people's minds.
It's like we were off for like the last 3 weeks, and it kept on, you know, nothing slowed down. As a matter of fact, it escalated, which is another thing we try to point out to these neighborhood commissions that try to close us down in certain spots. I say, ma'am, when we play in your neighborhood, there are at least 1,200 kids in our club or wherever we are. I mean, just stop and think. This is Friday and Saturday. Just stop and think for a minute where these kids would be if they weren't inside this club. I mean, you know, it's scary.
You know, we don't go anywhere and start riots. You know, a lot of time when violence starts at go-go's, it's because somebody's looking for somebody. You figure they can find them there. You know, but now we don't have anything to do with who's looking for who.
A top record in this area could sell 20 to 40,000 copies, which means that the record company makes a profit, the bands make a profit, and then you could have bands playing for as much as $10,000 a night, which really is an amazing amount of money for local acts. There are acts today that have put out 10 albums on major labels that don't make $10,000 a night. You know, unfortunately, in the local area, the go-go shows have been the battlegrounds for a lot of this drug mess and this gang mess. That is really playing havoc on the minds of the go-go bands right now, that at least are the playing go-go bands. They realize more than ever that if they're going to survive, they're going to have to basically get out of D.C. I mean, I hate to put it in those stark terms, but there is the realization now that it's time to go national, or there may not be anything. There may not be a D.C. scene.
It's like that to feel going up to here to have a little fun. All the way here from the celebrity crew, and it's all about the one-on-one. Like Jack and Jill going up to here to have a little fun. That's all the way here like Jack and Jill, we talk about the one-on-one. Right now, hey, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, yeah, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, yep. I'm in love with everything. I'm in love with, 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 I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. Hey, she makes me feel alright, yeah. She makes my heart sing. And when you're feeling low, she comes as no surprise. Mary turns me on with the love. Takes me to paradise. I'm in love with, I'm in love with, yeah. I'm in love with, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, I'm in love with, I'm in love with Mary Jane.
You know, they're worried about selling the people out. We go off and we do this album, and all of a sudden we're not the rare essence as the Washingtonians know us. And it's like, yo, who are these guys?
How far apart is a band that plays in Washington 5 nights a week and making fairly good money from a bar mitzvah and a wedding band?
She's not the type of girl that you can just lie down.
CustomClothing. CL6, what's up?
What you doing over there, Nick?
DJ J-Mo. Shouts out to Markel Clothing. You now tuned into the ball.
Dedication going out to Southwest and we at
DJ J-Mo.
What you doing over there, Nick? Hold it! Hold it!
DJ J-Mo. You now tuned into the vault. Let's go. Let's go. 58, what's up?
Why you doing that over there?
Landover, what's up? Division
Let it bump
what's
a
up?
little bit. Hold it.
Lincoln Heights, what's up? Clay Terrace, what's up? D&B, what's up? Banks Clothing, what's up? CL6, what's up? Come on.